Welcome. In this video, I am going to discuss about the zone plate. Before starting this video, I would request you to watch the video on Fresnel's theory of half-period zone. The link of that video you will find in the description. I'm asking this because this zone plate device is based on Fresnel's theory of half-period zone. So it will help you to understand this video very easily. So just begin. The first question is, what is zone plate? Zone plate is an optical device that based on Fresnel's theory of half-period zone. It is made up of a glass, okay, which consists of set of concentric circle whose radius are proportional to square root of consecutive natural numbers. Natural number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And this is how the schematic of a zone plate will look like. So you can easily see this plate contains concentric circle. This is first circle whose radius is proportional to square root of 1. This is the second one, okay. The radius is proportional to square root of 2. The third one, radius is proportional to square root of 3, and so on. And the alternate zones between two circles have means alternate zones are transparent and opaque, okay. So like this is transparent zone, then opaque zone, then transparent zone, then opaque zone, and so on. So it will go on like this. And this device is used to focus light or any wave-like property at a particular point. So we can say this zone plate behaves like a convex lens, which is also used to focus light. The only difference is convex lens use the theory of reflection and refraction, okay. So the focus of light by convex lens uses the phenomena of reflection and refraction, whereas phenomena of diffraction is used in zone plate to focus the light, okay. Now move on. Principle of zone plate, like how zone plate works, okay. So we will discuss this principle of operation. Now let's suppose a plane perpendicular to this screen, okay, and this plane contains the zone plate, okay. So we just consider a plane perpendicular to this screen P, and suppose this S is the source position, okay. This S is source position, and the point O is the point of observation, okay. Now the distance between the source and this plane is u, and distance between the observation and the point P of this plane is v. What we will do, we will take a point in this plane, say point M1, such that the path difference between SM1, M1O, and another path is SPO, there will be a path difference of lambda by 2. Similarly, we will have another point M2 such that path difference between this one SM2O and SPO is 2 lambda by 2. Similarly, path difference of 3 lambda by 2, and so on. Then we can draw m number of like this. And the alternate zones are opaque, okay. And that's what the zone plate is like. Alternate zones are opaque. we can visualize this image like this. So as I say, this is perpendicular plane, okay, and this is S, and this is the point of observation. Now this point is M1, and again the cut point with the second circle is M2, then cut point with the third circle is M3, and so on. Now I have kept this picture here. Now you can visualize this picture very easily, that this plane is nothing but the projection of a zone plane. Okay, so as I said, the path difference between SM1O and SPO is lambda by 2. So we can write this mathematically in this form. Similarly for the second case, third, and so on, and for the mth case we can write SMM plus MMO minus SO equals to M lambda by 2. Let's call it equation 1. Now, as we have seen in the previous image, the area of the circle with the radius PM1, actually in 3D, this M1 is a point on that circle. So we have, like, if we just go back and just look, the area of this circle, okay? Area of this circle. Area of that circle we call the first half period zone. Similarly, the annular space between the circles of radius PM1 and PM2 is second half period zone. Similarly, the third one is third half period zone, and so on. Okay. Now let P and MM equals to RM. That is the distance between P and mth point is RM. Then we can write by this triangle SPMM, that is SMM square is equal to U square plus RM square. Now just solve it. We can take SMM equals to square root of this term. Then we can take out U square, so outside it will be U, and if you do the binomial expansion with this approximation, that is RM is much less than the source distance, then this will reduce to this form. Similarly, we can write OMM by this form. Okay, here the similar assumption that RM is much less than the distance between the zone plate and the point O. Now just try to solve this equation. This we know, this is equals to the M lambda by 2. Just substitute all the values, okay, and we solve it for RM. What we will get, RM square is equals to UV by U plus B M lambda. Okay, that means radius, I spelling mistake here, it will be half. Okay, so the radius of a hollow, it will be half period zones. Okay, radius of the half period zones is proportional, okay, to the square root of all natural numbers. Okay, and that's what we discussed in the introduction of zone plate. Zone plate consists of concentric circle with the radius proportional to square root of natural number, and that's here we saw the proof. Okay, now we know the radius, then we can easily calculate the area of MH zone. So area of MH zone is the annular area between m minus 1th and mth circle. So it will be pi rm square minus rm minus 1 whole square. So just substitute this value and you will find out it is a constant. That means area of each zone is constant. Now let a1, a2 dot dot am be the resultant amplitude at O due to wavelet coming from the first, second dot 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 mth half period zone. Okay, and here we need to note down one point, that each zone are separated by a distance of lambda by 2, and this lambda by 2 distance introduce a phase of pi. That means the light coming from the alternate zones are in opposite phase, because for a distance lambda total change in phase is 2 pi, that is wave repeat itself. So for a distance of lambda by 2 it will be in opposite phase, and all these points will be more clear if you watch the video on the half period. Okay, so we can write the resultant disturbance at O as A1 minus A2. Note, this is not a plus sign, this is minus. Why? Because A2 is in opposite, means the phase of the light coming from the second zone is opposite phase with compared to A1, so it will be minus, then plus, minus, and so on. Now, suppose you will intercept the wave coming from the even zone, then this term will goes to 0. Okay. As I said, the alternate zones of the zone plate is transparent and opaque. If you intercept the wavelet coming from the odd zone, then resultant will be A2 plus A3 and A4, so on. Anyway, what you will see, that resultant intensity is much high. Okay, because if you watch the video on the half period zone, you will notice that if there is no if we will not block any of the zone, then the resultant disturbance at O will be proportional to A1 by 2. Okay, but here you can see that resultant intensity, just by intercepting those zones, wavelet from those zones, resultant intensity is much higher. Okay, if we allow the, you can understand by this equation also, like if you have all zones, then this negative term will reduce your intensity. Okay, and there are many negative terms, so effective intensity will be much smaller. But if you intercept the wave coming from the even or odd zones, it will have all positive, so resultant intensity will be much higher compared to the wavelet coming from all zones. That means this O point will be the point of maximum intensity. If O will be the point of maximum intensity, that means light from S will be focused at O. And if you rewrite the equation where we have derived that Rm, if you rewrite that equation, you will get this 1 by U plus 1 by B equals to 1 by Fm, where Fm is Rm square by m lambda. This is just rewriting that equation where we found Rm square is equal to UV by U plus V m lambda. We're just rewriting that equation. And if you notice it carefully, this is exactly similar to the result of convex lens where we have exactly similar formula. So that means lights are focused. But there are certain differences. The first difference is convex lens have unique focus, but zone plate have multiple focus. So what is multiple focus here? Let's call this quantity as f1, okay, and this is the brightest focus. So there will be other point, okay, which is foci of this zone plate with diminishing intensity, and that will be like f1 by 3, f1 by 5. And let's understand first why these points are appearing and why intensity is diminishing. So if you come closer to the zone, okay, then you have to rethink about the half period zone, because what what zone plate is designed for a particular point O, okay, then the area of the zone plate is corresponding to that point O. But now if you move closer to any other point, say O prime, then you have to rethink or redo the principle for the half period zone, okay. And if you come closer, then area of each zone diminishes. Let's understand this by this graphical representation. So this is our zone plate, and this is the focus point, this is source point, okay. Now suppose you moved here, but you are not changing anything in the zone plate. So if you divide the this zone plate in terms of half period zone, then no longer this will be the first half period zone. This is half period zone for the point O, but not for the point O prime, okay. Basically, as you move the distance 1/3, this will contain 3 zones if you consider the point O prime. For the point O prime, this will consider the first zone, first half period zone, second half period zone, and third half period zone. So this transparent zone, which is acting as the first half period zone for the O prime, is now acting as a transparent zone with 3 zones like B1, B2 and B3. So it contains first, second and third half period zone. That means intensity at point O prime will be sum of these 3 amplitude, okay, square of sum of these 3 amplitude. Now B1 in the opposite phase of B2, so overall intensity at the point O prime will reduce. Similarly, you can consider all this open space, but the resultant intensity or disturbance at point O prime will reduce because this transparent zone now having more half period zones. Similarly, if you move further, it will contain many more half period zones. So the resultant disturbance for any transparent zone will be maximum only for the point O, and it will reduce from any other further point. So in that way, we can consider that this system have a multiple foci, but the brightest foci is O, and the brightest focus is given by this. Okay, here you can think m is not matter here because Rm square is proportional to m, so it will cancel out. So it is nothing related to the number of zones. Okay, it is directly related to the point of observation. So how you can construct a zone? It's very easy. For the You just take a piece of paper, draw concentric circle on that, and the circle should be drawn such that their radius is proportional to the square root of natural number, and then paste it on a glass plate and then make alternate zone. Opaque. So just like this is the opaque one, this is transparent, this is opaque space, transparent and opaque. You can do either way. You can make center opaque and then alternate zone bright and so on. So see you in next part. Thank you.